See if we can prop this up here. Go live. Brought some different equipment this time, but doesn't seem to be much better. Oh, that might be better. We have to unplug because the cord's tugging. Anyway, I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to jump in, and then I'll just go through a couple things I just bought from the hobby shop, because why not? I'm in an area where we got really good Wi-Fi upload signal, so it's an opportunity for me to show you some stuff that I just buy on a weekly, monthly basis that I normally wouldn't show in a video, just to kind of go through some things that you usually need for RCing that that I may not show all the time. So, got 5 people in already. That's great. Hello, hello. No, this is really unstable. Unplug you. All right, had to unplug. Hopefully the battery doesn't run out. Hey, Sean. Hey, guys. So I am just around the corner from my local hobby shop, one of 2 hobby shops we have in my town. Mad Van for John. They don't have Mad Van, and they don't carry Kyosho, so no, Steve-O, no Mad Van. I'll tell you, not to spoil it too much, but this is the stuff I got, so it has to fit in this bag, but there's still a decent amount of stuff in there, I guess, for just a typical hobby shop run where you're not buying a new RC. So I will say that I still have not bought a new RC yet in 2020. Just some parts and some stuff to finish some projects of other RCs that I haven't finished yet. So might as well jump right into it. We already got 7 people. So let's just jump right into it, kind of a random order. The thing that I actually came to get, they ended up not having stock on. So they had some stuff go on clearance, as typically happens after the holiday season. Then anything that's left over will go on clearance. So they had a Savox 1256 titanium gear black edition servo on sale for half price, and I came in to try and get it, but yeah, the inventory was incorrect, so I couldn't get that. Too bad. This is in Great Hobbies, Ottawa. Every now and then that does happen. To me, it seems to be quite a lot, because I do tend to troll the website for things that go on clearance or sale or that are old stock, and when you see that there's one in stock, maybe 50% of the time you'll come in to get it and they won't have it. But anyway, so I didn't get a servo, but I did get some other stuff and saw some stuff that I hadn't seen there before that I thought I would try out. Random order. One of the things I had mentioned in one of my last videos was that I've had to adjust the toe angle on a lot of the ready-to-run RCs that I get. So both the Red Cat and the Losi Tenacity DB Pro both had totally out of whack toe in, toe out of the box. And somehow, I still don't know where it went, and that really bugs me. I lost my little crescent wrench that I have for adjusting turnbuckles. So if you saw one of the live streams, I forget it was on Tanks or Steve O'D's last week, I was using a giant crescent wrench to adjust a turnbuckle. That's ridiculous. So none of my other turnbuckle wrenches for some reason would fix, or none of the other turnbuckle wrenches I had would fit the Losi Tenacity DB Pro. And I just happened to notice that at the store, they actually had a TLR wrench. It's meant for a 22, an 8B, or an 8T, and it looked like a pretty cool looking wrench, actually. It's got like a stepped gap in this side where it's a 5 mil and a 3.5 mil, and then this other side is a 4 mil. So I know that I don't have a 5 mil turnbuckle wrench. That's probably the size that I've needed all along to fit a bunch of my things. So we got that turnbuckle wrench, so I can actually properly adjust turnbuckles. I still want to get a small crescent wrench back, because the nice thing about a crescent wrench is that they're infinitely adjustable, right? I'm not sure if I'm using the term right. I think it's called a crescent wrench, the one where you've got the little thumb screw thing and you can move the pincher in and out. I typically use that for adjusting turnbuckles, but now I've actually got a pretty good turnbuckle wrench here for adjusting that. Next thing is that partially just because of all the wrenching that I do, and sometimes I get a little bit rammy with my tools. Over the past maybe 5 or 6 months, I have broken the tips off 2 or 3 of my hex wrenches. My 1.5 mils are pretty much all busted, and I snapped a 2 mil in half just because I You shouldn't use your tools as pry bars. uh, so what's that? Yeah, I get what you're feeling. Anyway, so MIP tools are known to be some of the best tools in the business, and I don't want to throw too much shade on them, but man, their stuff is expensive. And every time I go in intending to buy MIP, I walk out with something else. And that happened again this time. I didn't even know that this brand made tools, but I'm pretty excited to get it. Did you know that Reefs RC made tools? They're well known for making some of the best servos in the business, but they now have this magnetic hex driver set where you get 4 sets of metric hex wrenches. These are 1/4-inch bits, so they fit in power tools. So you get a 1.5, a 2.0, a 2.5, and a 3 mil with the 1/4-inch adapter. They're magnetic tips, and they're grade A2 steel. Now, I don't know what grade MIP uses, but I'm hoping that these reefs should be as good as an MIP set. For the price that I got these for, $10 less than MIP, and you are getting 1 extra driver. So the MIP speed bit set, you get 3 drivers. I'm not sure which size you don't get. I think you don't get a 3 mil. Anyway, yeah, I had never seen these before. I think they're new. So yeah, Reefs RC now makes tools. Hopefully, if that will focus in there, you can get a shot of it. My head. Anyway, yeah, check it out. Reefs RC or your hobby shop, they might start carrying some Reefs tools. So we'll follow up later if I break these. I don't think they will. They feel very good. They're heavy. Like they seem like a really good quality tool. Then the other things that I went in for, this is actually what I also went in for besides the servo, paint. So getting some paint to finally finish up the TLR 22 buggy. Metallic red and some Spazstix silver backer. The red is Tamiya paint, PS15, and the Spazstix is the silver backer. I knew paint was in there. Yeah, always need paint. I had originally decided that for my 22, I thought I was going to do a different color scheme. I was going to do a white to orange fade and then do like a color shift weird thing on the back. I've decided not to do that just because if I'm out racing with 2 buggies, it is really nice to have them both with the same color scheme. It just looks way more professional when you're taking pictures or when you're on the track. And also people get to know your colors. So for the past 2 years, I've been white, red, and black. And I think I'm going to continue on with that for 2020. So I had a bit of black left at home, so I needed more red to do the stripe. And then the silver backer is so that you can back your colors. So I always start with the colors first, and then, I mean, you can do it light to black or black to light, depending on how punchy you want your colors. But then I pretty much always back it with a silver, especially if you have metallic. If you're using metallic paint, always back it with a silver. It really makes that metallic really come out. And then there's one last thing in here. And this is something that I bought that I am not really taking my own advice, and I'll explain that in a minute. That is that's very dark. This is the Spectrum DX2E active Bluetooth module. I had previously stated that instead of buying this, I thought that I would get a DX5C smart transmitter. Technically, I still think that is a really good option if you do not like the DX2E active. It's kind of growing on me. I wish I could show a picture of what that is, or I wish I had it with me, but it's the one that has that big plastic wheel on it. I really don't like the feel of that, but when you drive it for a while, you get used to it. It feels okay. It is, I will say that the DX2E active is a way better transmitter than that STX2. Even though they kind of have the same wheel and stuff, the DX2E is a much better transmitter. It's just really big and bulky and kind of ridiculous the way they built it. So this Bluetooth module, you plug into the back of that transmitter, and then you can run an app on your phone, and you can adjust things like your endpoints and firmware updates, and there's a bunch of stuff. There's a Spectrum dashboard. And so I figured, I'll get that, and I'll make the video of it, because there's a couple things. I wanted to see if the Tenacity DB Pro had any firmware updates, and just to see what you can do with this. I had originally recommended don't buy this and say get a different transmitter, get the DX5C Smart, because I thought that when they put Smart in the name of the DX5C that it had Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. As far as I know, it does not. What it is it has the ability to detect the telemetry off the new Smart stuff. So without a Bluetooth module add-on, you can get things like you can get your speed meter. You can use the built-in screen that's on the DX5C Smart or the DX5C or the DX5 Rugged, and you can adjust some of the settings that you would be able to get at through the app using this. But if you buy a DX5C or Rugged, you cannot use the app. So the app is specifically for this and for that one transmitter, the DX2E Active. And so I'm going to try that first. And then if I don't like it or if it sucks, then I'll probably end up selling a Bluetooth enabled DX2E off and then get the DX5. Because I don't have any other RCs that that use Spectrum. So I didn't want to put the money into a higher end Spectrum radio that I don't plan on really buying many more Spectrum receivers unless they come in an RTR already. So I went for the cheaper option. We'll see what the Bluetooth can do. Steve-O, I just saw that you got the Orange Edition DX5 Rugged. That is awesome. Definitely make a video about that. I would like to see it. And that's the end of my stuff that I got from the hobby shop. So if you're just joining in now, just a quick recap. A TLR turnbuckle wrench, one that I'd never seen before. It's meant for 22 buggies, 8-scale buggies and truggies. It has a 5.0, a 3.5, and a 4 mil adapter, which is kind of cool because normally you would only get two sizes, but one side of this is stepped, so it does both sizes. So that's by Team Losey Racing. If you didn't miss it, if you missed it earlier, Reefs RC now makes tools. Really awesome. So I got some speed hexes from Reefs RC. All these things came from Great Hobbies in Ottawa, Ontario. And then I got some paint and the Bluetooth module. And that's it. I just wanted to give a quick little update here while I was here, because that's kind of stuff that I wouldn't normally talk about. I just thought it was really cool, especially that Reefs hex set. I'm impressed with that. I'm hoping these are good, as well as this TLR hex wrench seemed like a pretty unique piece as well. I definitely will make a future video about the Bluetooth module on the DX2E and what I can do with that on the Tenacity DB Pro. So we'll have stuff about that later, and then the paint will just allow me to finally finish my 22 Elite buggy, because I've been procrastinating on that a lot. I had intentions to finish it over the holidays and I didn't even touch it. So wherever I was at the end of that last build series video, which was the chassis was done, it just needed shocks, electronics, and paint, it's still at that exact same position. I literally haven't touched it since. I've been working on everything else but that. So I need to get back on that wagon and get that buggy finished, because now that Electrosport RC is up and running, on Wednesday nights, it's very buggy heavy. So everyone's bringing out their buggies on Wednesday nights and no one's running trucks. So for me, I've only been able to run one class there. And I would like to be able to run both buggies. So I got to get that two-wheel drive buggy finished. Someone mentioned it looks like it's snowing bad here. It's just really hazy because it's really warm actually. It's 4 degrees Celsius, and yesterday it was minus 18 degrees Celsius. So everything's melting and now really hazy. And then later tonight and into tomorrow, it's supposed to be an ice storm. So I had planned to run the Tenacity DB Pro on the paddle tires. I still haven't done that yet. We'll see how bad the storm is tomorrow. That should be my next bash video. If I get a chance to run it this weekend, that'll be the next one coming. I did just post up a racing video today, so that's four-wheel drive, my Techno EB410 racing on the new Electrosport track. So check that out if you haven't seen it. And that's pretty much it. We're almost at 15 minutes. I wanted to make this quick, under 10, didn't do it. But anyway, I hope that was fun. Just those 5 or 6 things I got from the hobby shop. Thought that was interesting. Show you that. And now I got to get home because we'll go live on Steve OD 313's channel later tonight. Usually that starts around 9:30 Eastern. So check him out if you want to hang out with more RC freaks like us later tonight. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. If you want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. All right, guys, see you later. Thanks for joining in and chatting along.